Cardiff v Millwall, August 1999. Cardiff v Millwall is one of those events that get the hooligan juices flowing, with the prospect of Cardiff City Soul Crew facing off against the infamous Millwall Bushwackers. Both are in most people's top 10 hooligan firms, if not top 5 firms of all time. This meeting of the rivals was no exception, with only 6 arrests not telling the true reflection of the day. Millwall had arrived on the Friday night and had already taken over much of the town centre. Cardiff decided to wake up early and meet their rivals at 10 am. Cue violence not seen for many years as football hooliganism returned to the UK after years in the doldrums. There were 14 injuries, some with stab wounds, and police blaming the internet for the first time in British history, explaining that fans were messaging each other online to avoid detection and meeting up for fights all over Cardiff city centre. We let Cardiff Soul boy John recall events of the day. We have disguised his voice, for security reasons. He told us, "Looking back at Millwall that day, it was the opening day of the season as I remember, and the weather was blazing hot. Everyone seemed to know Millwall were coming, but I think in hindsight, nobody expected the madness that followed. I arrived early morning and got to the POW. I soon realized that Millwall had come on the Friday night and had a few hundred strong outside Sam's bar with old Bill now there, and the 2 sets of fans were surrounded by each pub. I then headed up to Canton in a taxi thinking this will be a day to remember. Later that morning, splinter groups of Millwall attacked City fans in St Mary Street, and the arcades, and I seem to remember they attacked the hotel opposite Millane, which caused national headlines as some chart band was staying there. The beers went down, and then not long after kick-off around 200 Millwall arrived late and went straight over the Bob Bank trying to get through the police and safety netting, no messing around on their part. After the game there were lots of missiles and bricks going into the Grange end from the main road, but nothing could have foreseen Millwall's next course of action. A roar went up and they had broken out from the lower grandstand Canton end as came on the pitch and charged the length of the ground, through the exit, and surged at the City lads thronging outside in Sloper Road. But we battered their main lads. They ran back in the ground and luckily for them, shut the gate behind them. But sheer weight of numbers forced the gates open as Cardiff surged into the stadium, and Millwall legged it across the pitch into any exit they could find. In the video you can just about see the mass of Cardiff entering the stadium after the Millwall. Looks mad. The rest is a blur, to be honest. Police horses charging around, chaos really. Later I gather that Millwall were hiding anywhere they could find, with hordes of Cardiff searching for them and battering anyone with a Cockney accent. I spoke to Tony Warner a few years later as he was in goal for Millwall that day, and he said that there was Millwall fans in their changing rooms hiding in showers. Some Millwall were stabbed and one went to hospital. Others were found wandering the streets and dealt with swiftly. Out of the original 1,000 apparently only 400 were escorted back to the station, so what happened to the other 600, I don't know. Maybe they hid till back at the station, I don't know. I know from chatting to Millwall fans years later, they still rate it as their second biggest hiding, behind Everton 1973 where 11 Millwall were stabbed, ever. That's what I remember. To this day haven't seen anything like it. Funny really, as in all my years, never seen Millwall really come to Cardiff and do anything major along the lines of Chelsea in the 80s. But that's another story for another day. Thanks to John for his recollection. We thought you would enjoy this story of Millwall getting a beating, as everyone hates them, don't they? Anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to help our channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe.